If you're a dog owner, you probably talk to your dog on a regular basis. Good boy, roll over, get back to work. But just because your best friend might respond to what you're saying in some manner, does it mean that they actually understand what you're saying?
In this particular study, we were curious how much dogs understand from our speech.
That's a researcher with Eotvos Lorand University's Department of Ethology. That's the science of animal behavior. And they just released their findings in the journal Current Biology, titled Neural Evidence for Referential Understanding of Object Words in Dogs. Or, in something that's slightly easier for humans to understand,
dogs understand words as we do.
So there has been findings before that dogs process quite a lot from our speech and they can understand. And also, like an everyday dog owner, we realize that their dog can sit down, they can come, they can lay. But there is an interesting phenomenon that it seems that dogs are better at learning command or instruction words than learning object words.
What this study was trying to figure out is when dogs hear the name of an object, do they conjure up a mental image in their minds of that object? That is, fetch my pipe and slippers. Is it picturing my pipe and slippers, or just silently judging my hobbies?
And the difficulty here is that when they have to perform a command, it's their own body, so it refers to them. But when we are talking about objects, objects are external to the dogs, and dogs have to learn that words refer, they stand for something that is external to them. And it seems that this is a difficulty, and it has been a very long debate in language evolution and comparative science, whether non-humans can do that.
So to help figure this all out, they hooked a bunch of dogs up to wires, said the name of an object out loud, and held up an object in front of them.
Here we set out to study this using a non-invasive way, using EEG, because it seems that even if owners claim that their dogs understand object words, when we test them, except for some exceptional dogs, an everyday dog, a typical family dog, will fail to fetch something just by its name. So we were curious whether passively they understand the meaning of the words.
But our researchers here also lied to the dogs, occasionally saying up the name of one object and holding up a different one.
Joel, look, frisbee.
So even though these researchers were trying to pull a fast one on these dogs, for those who may not have picked up on this, a rope is not a frisbee, they ultimately were able to draw some conclusions.
And the short answer is yes, we found that they do understand. We expected that if dogs really understand the meaning of the word, of the object word, it will expect to see that object, and if the owner shows a different one, there will be a so-called surprise reaction in the brain. And this is exactly what we found. We found that brain responses were different when an owner showed a matching object versus when it showed a mismatching.
For dog owners, like this woman whose dog took part in this study, these results confirm suspicions she's already had.
We always have this idea that our dogs might understand us more than we think. So yeah, I think that's with her, that she's very active, she really likes to play. I always have the feeling that she can bring me or recognize some of the objects that she play with, but I never had the proof. So, well, I think that these results, the results of this study might align to what most of dog owners think about their dogs. So I think it's very nice, it's very super interesting, and I think that yes, that it might make our suppositions maybe stronger.
Dogs, of course, have been domesticated for some 30,000 years, with one cartoon dog alone inexplicably leading to 2 poorly rated film adaptations within a decade or so. And the team behind the study hopes to figure out next whether dogs have acquired this capacity to understand referential language as they've come up with us humans side by side.
We are studying dogs. We are not only studying dogs, but we also try to say something about humans. So when we are trying to pinpoint some capacities in dogs or understand how their brain is processing certain types of stimuli, we also learn at the meantime about what is shared with humans and what might be uniquely humans. And the question of how humans came to be the one species who are using speech and language so widely is something that has interested humans, I think, since the beginning.
Now, if you're interested in studying dogs, why not subscribe to @TheNewsRefresh on YouTube, where we've got all sorts of dog stories, like the one who just got caught in a tire, the one that ran for mayor of Anchorage, and the one named after Poison singer Bret Michaels that donated blood to a kitten. Wow, what a channel.